Why is Qatar facing so much backlash as host of the 2022 FIFA World Cup? Since the Gulf nation was announced as host 12 years ago, the decision has been marred by controversy, with allegations of human rights violations and widespread corruption. Now, many are calling for a boycott of the sport's premier event. Homosexuality is illegal in Qatar, with offenders facing up to 7 years in prison and hefty fines.
We have evidence and testimony of forced abductions, of detention without trial, of torture, and of conversion therapy.
In the run-up to the global event, soccer superstar David Beckham, who has been praised in the past for his vocal support of the LGBTQ+ community, came under fire for signing a deal worth upwards of $200 million to be an ambassador for Qatar for the next 10 years.
It's another beautiful day here in Qatar.
One British comedian gave the former English national team captain a costly ultimatum.
If you end your relationship with Qatar, I'll donate this 10 grand of my own money to charities that support queer people in football. However, if you do not, at midday next Sunday, I will throw this money into a shredder. Not just the money, but also your status as a gay icon will be shredded.
Concerns have been raised for LGBTQ+ fans and players traveling for the event, who activist groups say could face discrimination under Qatari law.
As players, we fully support the rights of the LGBTI+ people. But in Qatar, people are not free to love the person that they choose.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino and Qatari officials have vehemently denied accusations that LGBTQ+ fans could face danger during the tournament.
And fans come with rainbow flags?
Look, we've always said that everybody is welcome here. All we ask is for people to be respectful of the culture.
Gay fans, if they were holding hands in public, would that be okay?
Yes.
Everyone will be welcomed to the tournament, regardless of their origin, background, religion, gender, sexual orientation, or nationality.
Well, I can tell you I'm not welcome in Qatar, so that statement is false. This is now the first time ever, like LGBT issues in Qatar are being discussed.
Qatar has faced intense criticism over the mistreatment of low-wage migrant workers hired to build the massive infrastructure needed for the competition. Foreign workers make up nearly 90% of the country's workforce.
These are people who are facing a range of horrible labor exploitation, ranging from paying large fees in their home countries before they come, given false promises about the work on offer, having their passports confiscated, living in poor and dirty accommodation, being threatened for complaining about their situation, and some of these workers also were subjected to forced labor, forced to work against their own will.
Under the kafala system of sponsorship-based employment in Qatar, foreign workers are legally bound to their employers. Until recently, this system prevented workers from changing jobs or even leaving the country without their employer's permission.
Someone basically owns you. Someone decides very big aspects of your life, from what time you wake up to what time you go to sleep, what type of food you eat, where you live, who you associate with, even if you associate with anyone.
While the Qatari government has passed some reforms for workers' rights, including within the kafala system, groups like Amnesty International and the International Labour Organization say they haven't gone far enough. Calls for FIFA to take action against the alleged abuses have largely gone unanswered.
A lot of construction workers died in building the stadiums there, and you were the boss. What would you say to the families?
They were looking for opportunities to work. This is a national matter, and this is not a matter of FIFA.
In early 2021, The Guardian released an explosive report estimating that 6,500 foreign workers had died since Qatar was awarded the World Cup. Qatari officials, meanwhile, offered an estimate of 37 deaths of migrant workers, primarily attributed to natural causes. The exact number of World Cup-related tragedies has not been confirmed by official sources. When Qatar was awarded the bid to host in 2010, allegations of corruption immediately followed. Without much of a soccer past, sweltering summer temperatures, and little infrastructure to host an event of this scale, many question the legitimacy of the decision for years to come.
There are now allegations that some FIFA executives took bribes to put the World Cup in Qatar, and I hope that's true. because otherwise it makes literally no sense.
One Qatari whistleblower alleged that several African officials had been paid upwards of $1 million to vote in favor of Qatar. Though Qatar was officially cleared of any wrongdoing by FIFA, the cloud of suspicion remained over both the host nation and the organization for years to come.
I do not admit that there is corruption in FIFA. I admit that people are corrupt, but not FIFA. FIFA as organization is not corrupt.
In 2020, the US Justice Department released an indictment accusing 3 former FIFA officials of accepting bribes in order to vote for Qatar. The Qatari government vehemently denied the accusations. After being awarded the bid, Qatari officials pledged that the event would be carbon neutral. But watch groups have said that this promise is nearly impossible to keep given the infrastructure needs of the competition, which includes 7 air-conditioned stadiums, hotels, roads, transportation systems, not to mention all the air travel that will bring people from all over the world to Qatar for the event.
Carbon neutrality can only be achieved if there is an effective reduction of emissions and not compensation.
Though the Gulf nation has been praised for its innovative building methods, event organizers have been accused of greenwashing and understating the event's true environmental impact.
You start by the beginning, the whole construction. It's too late now. There's no way the World Cup can be carbon neutral.